What are your thoughts?
I think brilliant game set and match. Unlike Mr. Botha said at halftime, I thought our kicking game gave us a pretty strong advantage in that second half, and I think 3 of the 5 tries actually came from kicks. And I think what we did see was the execution of the kick done well, which Faf is not always good at. But if the execution of the kick is really good, the contest is even better, which we saw from Cheslin Stake, which had a 80 meter turnaround, and then the completion of that set phase. So yeah, again, I don't think we want to see kicking, but when the structure is done as well as it is, it gives you opportunities to score tries and put pressure on the opposition. I still think there's a couple of opportunities that we didn't use that we might need to rectify going into knockouts, which becomes really important. I think this game has given Rassie a clear indication of he's starting 15 and potentially he's 23 going into that knockout games. And like I say, I think it was a commanding performance. Italy disappointing, on the back foot with a red card, very much deserved. But I expect a lot more of them. But again, 49 points, 100 kicking at the end there. Naas, so you're going to fly over to Japan to self out with accuracy. But yeah, I think from a South African point of view, I think Cheslin Kobe, what a player is at the moment. I think he's that spark on the Springbok side that is really taking things to the next level, and we're really hoping he's not injured as what we've seen at the end there.
Yeah, just so much heart from Cheslin Kobe. We're still waiting to find out who's the player of the match, Mastercard player of the match. Naas, you wanted more tries in the second half. It's exactly what we got.
It's not like, is mine on?
No.
Is Naas's mic on, please?
Amazing. Really appreciate it.
It's not really like I want more tries. I would like to say, the kicking game worked a little bit. But the thing that still amazes me, if you look at the second half, brilliant game, 5 points in the back, and that's what World Cup's all about. Doesn't matter what happened the last 4 years, it's in 6.5 weeks, no? 7 weeks. 8 weeks. And that's it. But what I would like to see on a couple of occasions, the fullback got the ball at the back. We could have counter, I think, on a number of occasions. Brian mentioned that. That's what we would like to see against a team like Italy and against a team like Canada that we're playing next week. Because it might be only one opportunity in a quarter-final, semi-final that we need to utilize to score that kind of try, but we don't see that.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliance by little chip here, Willie, and then Pollard and whatever, but we've got more that we can offer as a team. That's what I would like to see. But if you look at the game in total, whatever, we had to get 5 points, we got 5 points. Big score against Italy, but in all fairness, I think before Italy beat Georgia in the pre-World Cup, they lost like 17 in a row.
Yeah.
That's why I said to you before the game, if we take Italy serious, we should beat them by 30 plus points, and I think we nearly got to 50, 49, whatever.
Yeah.
Great performance, but we can offer more, and that's what I would like to see.
I'm not sure if your mic is working, but just to pick up what Naas had said, I think he wants to see just a little bit more clinical from the Springboks in certain clinical detail. There you go, detail. So what then is Akona's thoughts on the match we've just seen?
I fully agree with Naas. I think in terms of the forward, we know we've got the forward packs that can dominate, but when it comes to the backs, I feel like we're not creative enough. We depend a lot on the kicking game, but we scored some tries from it. And I think, for Rassie and his coaching team, obviously they'll take the win because you need that momentum with the win. But in the second half, it was a bit sketchy in the sense that we created chances, but we didn't complete those chances. And going to the semi-finals, you need to be clinical. You need to finish those chances because against better sides, you're not going to have plenty of those. So the ones you get, you need to finish. But I think, going forward, the guys will look at the video and see what they need to improve on. There is room for improvement. We've got Canada next, and maybe he might change the team and bring in the other guys to see what they can offer going to, or he might stick with the team because after that it's the quarterfinals and it's a serious end of the tournament. But on another note, the win is great. Bonus point. You need that for the confidence for the guys. And on injuries, hopefully Cheslin is not too serious. And you want to get away in games like this without any serious injuries. So I think you will take that.
I think we've already had our fair share of serious injuries. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed for this Rugby World Cup. Yes, go ahead.
Just before you go on, we all saw the red card, okay? I still believe both players should have got red cards.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you're only giving one. Both players played a part in that, and both should have got red cards. And I think sometimes referees are actually scared to do or make a call like that, and it's not fair. You know, we're not complaining about the ref. I thought it was absolutely brilliant today. But still, if you need to send 3 guys, then send them. You know,
Well, it is also a thing about bravery across the board when you're going to send both players off.
No, but the right call is send both players.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that.
Well, there you go. And I saw a debate going on, and I can safely tell people that Naas said both players should have been sent off.
Send all
Warren,
15.
yeah, Warren, very interesting to see the scoreline: 49 for South Africa, 3 to Italy, and to hear what the panel has been talking about. We need to be more creative and so on. I think it's not just about today, and not saying it wasn't a good performance. It's more looking forward. Is that fair to say?
Definitely fair to say. I mean, even if you look at the last couple of games, I mean, we are a very defensively orientated team, and we are very strong, and we are very good at it. I mean, we must commend the defence of the Springboks. We come off the line, we put defensive sides under pressure, put their skill sets under pressure, and we score from turnover ball, we create opportunities, but we're just not as clinical as we would like to be at this stage. But I think every single one here summed it up pretty well. I don't think there's much more that I can say. We've got guys here that know the game extremely well, so there's really not much that I can add.
Okay, I've got a question.
Yeah.
No, seriously, because you're part of the game today. Sure.
Yeah.
We're not part of the game today, okay? Why do we have this whole attitude? Why don't we have a little bit of a lion's attitude?
Look, I believe Test match rugby is a bit different, but a guy like Coach Swayze, I believe me and Akona were talking about earlier, I think it's a massive loss not having an attack specialist there at the World Cup who is constantly driving principles of attack. I mean, it is a loss, not having someone like that there. Yeah. And all the points that you guys have mentioned to me all relate to that. Attacking principles, not being able to, we perhaps creating opportunities, but we're not finishing. Our shape is probably not as good as it could be. You know, I think Coach Swayze is a big loss, you know, not having someone like him there. Okay?
Is that the norm? Because I mean, I know we've got our defence coach there. Is that the norm to not have that attack specialist coach?
No, it's not the norm. It was unfortunate that he had to withdraw before the World Cup because of obviously reasons that he had. And I think for Rassi, he didn't want to bring someone. He brought someone, but not to focus on attack. And I think what maybe Coach Swayze had given to the team prior to the championships and the World Cup was there for the players to take forward. But I think not having him there, his presence and in team meetings, just driving the attack play, is the difference in how the team is playing now at the moment.
All right, and then just a final question, because I know you're on a tight schedule, and I know that the media is waiting to talk to all of you guys as well. We've seen South Africa now. We've seen this was pretty much make or break for them as we've hyped it up. They had to leave it all on the field. I'm wondering, are we seeing a potential world champion?
I said going into this World Cup, I really believe the Springbok side, where they were before that game against New Zealand, were in a realistic position to go on to win this World Cup. I think the New Zealand game maybe was a bit of a speed bump, but I don't think they lost their belief in any way or form. I think things that have started happening over the last 4 or 5 months from a management level down, everyone's sort of aligned. Do I still believe the Springbok side can go out and win it? Without a doubt. I think we've potentially now got an easier route to the final, avoiding New Zealand and England in a semi. We do have a potential banana peel of a possible Japan in a quarter-final, but given how we went pre-World Cup, that shouldn't be a problem. So you go either Japan, Scotland in a quarter-final, then you go Australia or Wales in a semi. Would I rather play Australia or Wales in comparison to New Zealand, England? Without a doubt. And then again, New Zealand or England in a final, do I really believe we can beat those two teams if we play as well as we did in rugby championships? Without a doubt. So I think it's nice to see certain systems coming into play at the moment. I still think, again, like everyone's talking about, in a World Cup, the margins are just so small. We can't continually say in post-match interviews in a week preparation, we need to fix this, we need to work on that. When you're at a World Cup and you've been on this 4-year cycle, 2-year cycle now for us and his team, you want to be in a position where you're confident, and I relate back to 2007. We were extremely confident in our systems. Yes, from a media perspective, you're saying certain things, but everyone should have clear, precise understanding of how this team wants to play. And if they play like they played in the Rugby Championship, they should be in a position to be in the final. So, am I still going to be wearing my Springbok jumper on the 2nd of November? I surely hope so.
Well, what do you think, Naas? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I believe we've got a fantastic group of players, talented. When we've all summed it up. We only need to switch on the attacking ability. That's all. The rest is all in place. I'm not even worried about line-out, scrums, ball on the ground, whatever. Just sometimes we need to think a little bit more attack than defense, and that's it.
Yeah, I also believe the Springboks have a very good chance of making it to the final. And I think, obviously, when you're at the final, it's how you perform on the day that all that matters. And knowing Rassie and his coaching team, he would have prepared for that to get to the finals and play well in the final and the game plan to execute there. So I think for us, it's just make sure that we get to that final.
Yeah, I think everyone has pretty much summed it up. Still extremely positive, and I think the most important thing is to see our dominance in set piece. I mean, yes, it was Italy, but we're getting good set piece possession, and we're launching extremely well. But we just need to use that possession better. And we still have all the attributes to get all the way, and it's about getting there to the final and executing. But still confident we can go all the way.
We're trying to secretly, not so secretly, find out who the player of the match was. Is it Cheslin, or are you voting, or are you just taking myself? We vote. It should be Cheslin. Yes. Okay, I just want to call Chanel up very quickly. Cheslin, there you go. Mastercard player of the match is Cheslin. Chanel Alberts is our Pirates Women's Rugby Club head coach, and I just wanted to find out, we didn't have a chance, come closer please. We didn't have a chance towards the end of the build-up. What is next for you and Mastercard?
Well, we have the incredible privilege of actually going to the 50th annual Dubai Sevens. So that's going to be amazing, and I think the whole idea of it, we're at grassroots level and we're developing, and it's about development for women's rugby. Women's rugby is the fastest growing sport in the world, and I think for us, it's about going there, learning, building on our experience, and then bringing it back to Johannesburg and bringing it back to the communities here. And that's how we're going to upskill women in rugby, and that's...
All the best to you. Thank you
I
so much.
I think Chanel's been very humble. After myself and who had the visit, their team went on to go win their league. Mastercard then jumped on board and offered to help them get to the Dubai 10s, I think, for the next tournament, the Dubai 7s. And what they're actually doing from a women's rugby perspective is they're really pioneering not only in South Africa but hopefully globally. And Chanel's been a massive influence there. I think Pirates Rugby Club and a line that support structure for women's rugby has been really crucial. And hopefully that pioneering element will hopefully lead to more women playing this beautiful game of rugby that we absolutely love. And again, in a sevens format, on an international stage, hopefully they can go out and do something special. So I think she's being very humble. I think the way they've actually gone out and been a symbol of hope and inspiration for women's rugby, not only in South Africa, not only in Johannesburg, but globally, has been a fantastic talking point. And long may we continue.
Well, congratulations to you and your team. If you are from Pirates Women's Rugby Club, can we make some noise? Thank you so much to everybody who has been here today. We're going to let you enjoy the food and drinks. Thank you very much to